Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. In this video we're going to be naming 5 of the most underrated characters in Star Wars. We chose characters from a variety of Star Wars content, including the original trilogy, Rebels, and Clone Wars. Be sure to comment down below who you think is the most underrated character, and why. Also, please subscribe for future Star Wars content. I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. Alright guys, first off we have Master Plo Koon. There are many interesting parts of his character that are often overlooked. Firstly, he was the Jedi who discovered Ahsoka Tano. While on Sheely, Ahsoka's home planet, he realized that the 3-year-old girl was Force sensitive. He brought her back to the Jedi Temple, and they maintained a close relationship throughout their entire lives. Another thing about Plo Koon is his skill to pilot. He is regarded as one of the superior pilots in the Jedi Order, and is often seen leading the Wolf Pack in battle. Finally, Plo Koon is one of the most respected Jedi in the entire Council. He's known for his level-headedness and calculated analysis of each situation. By the time of the Clone Wars, he's part of the High Council. This is the ruling body of the Jedi, consisting of 12 Jedi Masters. All in all, Plo Koon is one of my favorite Jedi and is definitely overlooked in my opinion.
Next up, we have Wedge Antilles. Wedge was one of the best pilots for the Rebellion and was seen in each of the original Trilogy movies. He fought in every major battle for the Rebellion, which included the Battle of Yavin, where he assisted in destroying the first Death Star, the Battle of Hoth, in which he rescued both Luke and Han from freezing to death. Also, he took part in the Battle of Endor, where he was one of the only single pilots to make it out alive, and he was the one who gave the shots from inside the second Death Star that destroyed it. Wedge was also seen at the celebration on Endor with the rest of the main characters during the final shot of the original trilogy. Finally, Wedge even had a brief cameo in The Rise of Skywalker when he was shown the Millennium Falcon over Exegol, once again helping the Resistance defeat the First Order.
Next up we have Grand Moff Tarkin. We first see this character during the Clone Wars when he was a captain in the Grand Republic. He carried himself highly, and this upset many of his superiors. He often butted heads with others, including the Jedi, wanting to do things only in his way. However, he did make friends with Chancellor Palpatine and acquaintances with Anakin Skywalker. It's no surprise that he eventually joins the Empire after Republic's fall, seeking more power. The Emperor announces Tarkin as the commander of the Death Star, the Empire's most valuable weapon. Showing his ruthlessness, he destroys Leia's home planet of Alderaan simply to flaunt the power of the Death Star. During his time at the Empire, he is greatly respected by both the Emperor and Darth Vader for his impressive war strategies. Even though it seems like he's only on screen for a few minutes in total, he makes appearances in Clone Wars, Rebels, Rogue One, and Episode 4. This gives the character good development, and he's definitely one of the more ruthless characters in this universe.
Alright, next we have Kanan Jarrus, also known as Caleb Doom. Kanan was a Padawan during the Clone Wars, and became an important member to the Rebellion early on. He finished his Jedi training during the time of the Empire, since his master was killed during Order 66. Through this adversity, Kanan struggled at first to continue with the Force, but he would eventually join a cause that stood up to the Empire. This was joining the Ghost Crew. He even took an apprentice, Ezra Bridger, and tried to train him the best he could. Kanan cared deeply about his friends, and he would do anything to help keep them safe. He defeated the Grand Inquisitor in battle, and he overcame his greatest test yet of being blinded by Darth Maul. Despite being blind, he learned to see through the Force and continued to train Ezra and help the Rebellion. Kanan would eventually make the ultimate sacrifice to save his friends by stopping an explosion for a brief moment with the Force, which allowed his friends to get to safety. Lastly, Kanan can even be heard speaking to Rey in The Rise of Skywalker, guiding her like the rest of the main Jedi.
Finally, we have one of my favorite characters, Ahsoka Tano. I know everyone who likes the Clone Wars loves Ahsoka for the most part, but I still think she's underrated. In my opinion, she's a top 10 character in Star Wars at minimum, and would be around 6 or 7 if I were to make a list. Ahsoka has a good amount of development, and we get to see her overcome many challenges that shape her life. Firstly, we see her as kind of worried, overthinking Padawan in Season 1 of the show. However, as time goes on, we really get to see her mature and become a true leader. One of her hardest adversities was being lost and hunted in the Trandoshan moon. She had to lead her and the other prisoners to safety, and she decided to attack the captors instead of fleeing. Next, when she was wrongly accused of a terrorist attack in the Jedi Temple. This resulted in her leaving the Jedi Order and having to fend for herself. Finally, after being on her own for a while, she had to face her fallen master, Anakin, during Rebels. She sees the eyes of Anakin when Vader's mask is partially broken, and has to somehow find a way to stay composed in this hard time. The list goes on, but she definitely deals with some of the hardest adversity that anyone faces in the show. Through all of this, Ahsoka stays true to her training and becomes what Anakin would have wanted her to become. All in all, Ahsoka is one of the best characters in all of Star Wars, and she has one of the best arcs in the universe also.
Alright guys, that was our list for the most underrated characters in Star Wars. Comment down below the characters that you think are underrated. There were numerous other characters that we considered, especially from the Clone Wars, such as Cad Bane, Savage Opress, and Hana Onaka. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for future Star Wars content. I hope you have a good day, and may the Force be with you.